Hmm. Good morning, good morning. Haha. Let's see. Today, most likely gonna be a short stream. I just want to get these, all of this crap finished. That way I get the goodies. I need to finish repairing 3 winter generators. So we will do... I think Vittorio's my hyper-focus build. Yes, we'll do this one. Bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. We got Jake the Mistake, Doofy Boy, and Error Set. Let's go. Oh, my neck hurts. I think I slept wrong. Hmm. In 2014, Wallace and Gromit returned with a new film, their first film in 16 years. Wow. No warning, so we're good there. Wow, very quick. If that had been a school merchant, I don't know if I could have X'd out in time. Pop up. Got him. I'm dying. Oh, it's a leg. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do I finish this? Yeah. Snowball. He's not gonna chase this. Nah. Yawn. That's a nice little chase there. Not the greatest of chases, but you know what? It's good enough. That's all that matters. Ah. Run, 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 run. I'm like, gamer, gotta get away. I mean, he successfully hit them, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Immy. Congrats on your brain cell, man. How did you resubscribe again, by the way? Because you resubbed yesterday, and then I got a notification for you for 3 hours ago saying that you resubbed again. I don't know how you managed to do that one. Heart? Yeah, heart to you too, man. Oh, he had the... God dang it, I hate these random-ass teammates. I'm mad. How hard is it whenever you get hit, you run away? Or you see where he's going and you go away the other way? Hi, Rat. How you doing? Because Twitch didn't take your money for the subscription, so you had to wait until it expired and resubscribe manually. Weird. I don't know what was going on with Spook and Jukes yesterday. I think somebody had, like, been giving him crap in his chat or something like that. It seemed like it was getting to him. Everybody's oblivious. I have the third... everybody's not oblivious. Blinded because of the third seal. Holy crap, you got me in time. You're a gamer. Watch the last episode of JJK. They announced JJK S3 map employees, man. True. Yeah, don't worry. Pulling game is the most action-packed part of the entire series. I don't even know what that is. I really need to, like, sit down and read JJK, watch it, whatever. I need to do something about that show. I just want to get my challenges done, man. Like, I planned for this stream to be, like, an hour and a half, maybe. Just so that way I can do the event tomb stuff, get off. Do the event stuff and then get off. That's what I was trying to say there. I gotta sneeze. You were skeptical. You were like, it can't be this good. No, it's that good. I'm not doubting you. It's just I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Fucking Legion brain. Alright, I gotta do one more gen, and then we're good. This gen was almost finished earlier. This is so sad. Solid 9 out of 10. I'm taking your word for it. Admittedly, I just haven't been watching much lately. Commit the gen. Yeah. Worth. I think I can make him CJ. No. You're just gonna slug. What is up with these legions being fucking boring? Is this because he like lost his hexes maybe? Because he immediately lost his Undying, and then after that he lost his what do you call it? His third seal. Oh, buckle up, look at that. I can't take a hit for you though. Maybe I'll get a beamer. Same happens with Mike, by the way. You use your prime on him, and since the sub anniversary isn't the date when you use your prime, you resub to him twice. Oh. That's cool. Where is he bringing them? Why would he not bring them here? Okay. I get some more balls. Come on. Chase me. Got an email this morning, you're like, maybe they shipped the mem, but no, it was just the water bill. Oh, I'm sorry. What do you want, Jake? You want to heal? I'll go over this way because I'm dead. I make this? I don't make this. Nah. I knew I didn't. If they don't ship her out tomorrow, the earliest they will is the 5th. I mean, she'll get here whenever she gets here. I don't care. I finished my challenges. She will get ya when she gets ya. The Legion, in anonymous mode playing like that. Wow, who would have guessed? GG. Earn 50,000 blood points. Alright. I'll go back to our Dwight. Someone went on a rant yesterday when you played Chucky, how you tunneled, you were like, Anne. No, I get it. It's definitely a legit strategy. There's no denying that, but it doesn't make it any more enjoyable for the survivors, even if it is a legitimate strategy. I think I'll give that Legion the benefit of the doubt. He did not go into that match wanting to play like that. But I think because he immediately lost both of his hexes almost, I think that he was kind of forced into it. But, you know, it is what it is. I just want to do my challenges, so that way I can get off this game. DBD is, yeah, you think DBD lost you? Yeah, it's the same for me. I think I'm gonna, like, come back and play whenever there's an event coming on. Maybe whenever a new Survivor or Killer gets released, see how that is. But I think my time of playing this for, you know, 5-6 hours a day, every single day, I think that's long gone by now. You don't know what to play after DBD, though? What I'm gonna do is over the weekend, I'm just gonna set up every emulator known to man. And I'm just gonna have, like, a bunch of emulating games. I'm gonna get PCX2, I'm gonna get Yuzu, I'll get Dolphin. I'm just gonna, like, every emulator known to man. I think I already mentioned that you got your wires out. You did. What do you mean my poor computer? My computer can handle it. Now that it's good now, or fixed. I played 4 hours of Dark Tide last night. That's pretty fun. You want to find a multiplayer game? I mean, Final Fantasy XIV is really fun. But it does have a monthly subscription, which sucks. Did like the finals is like every generic FPS? Yeah, the finals is not for me. Every game that I wanted to play has either released and been super crappy, or it's like been delayed, or it's not even out yet. The Days Gone was like a turbo scam, which that's really funny, by the way. What happened to Fnatic? The Dune game hasn't came out yet. The Last Descendant hasn't came out yet. I don't know, there's a lot of options, but I just haven't really gotten there yet. Figured it out. The day before a Mega Lol? Oh, yeah, definitely. Did you see that, Fnatic, the company that made it? They're, like, completely going out of, business. I can't break that. Nice, he made it out! Prop Night's also shutting down. I know, Prop Night sucks. Prop Night's actually pretty fun. Fuck, I saw it too late. I saw it too late. I think Prop Night was very fun, to be honest. What, 4? 5? Fuck off, game. It was fairly fun. Fnatic shot themselves in the foot with an RPG. Yeah. I really enjoyed Prop Night. It definitely wasn't the DBD killer that everyone wanted it to be, but it was definitely very fun. What do I need to do this match? Oh, earn 50,000 blood points, that's right. That was a wasted pallet. No clue why they would want to make a Division clone. What did they expect? They probably expected money. And then, of course, they didn't get that. I should have threw that. Yeah, rapid. What was that? He didn't swing, he just kept going. Escape from Tarkov and the Division, yeah. They're the big boys. I don't know about that one, Kate. You could have just got me. I feel like I'm in a mood today. I feel like I've been very, not angry, that's not the right word, but like very pessimistic today. You'll replay The Witcher 3. I never played The Witcher. I know it's supposed to be like a really good game. I don't know, there's just a lot of things that I want to play. That I want to get to eventually. But then whenever it actually comes time to play, I'm just like, I don't think I want to. Steve DC'd, by the way. Not gonna put it on a pedestal like it's the best game known to mankind, but it's a good game. Fair. Andy has pop? Alright, well, I just want to get my challenge done, dude. Don't be trapped. Now you swing? Well, this match is over with. DVD makes anyone's mood sour. Yeah. I felt like I used to do a very good job at keeping myself, like, optimistic whenever I was playing this game. But here lately, it's just been like, I'm not having fun. And if I'm not having fun, I get annoyed more easily. And then because I'm getting annoyed more easily, I'm more vocal about it. I'll blame you on that one, Kate. What the heck? I jumped. That made me jump. I was not expecting that. I was just like lost in my thoughts, and all of a sudden that happened. I was completely lost in my thoughts, and it's just like, all right, well, I'm coming. Hey, let me get blood points off you. You can die, but let me get blood points. Sorry, gamer. You can die, I don't care. Just let me get blood points off you. Hey, Burrito, how you doing, man? Ow. What'd I do? She wants out. She wants out. How much is the monthly sub? 10 bucks? It's 15. Which does suck, because you have to, like, buy the game originally, and then it's a monthly sub. But the initial buying of it, it does give you a month's subscription for that. Like, just in addition to it. I think the base game is like, what, 20 bucks? Yoink. He just stepped in his own trap? But the issue for you, Emmy, is that I'm on the US servers. And you are not, so you would have to deal with that if you wanted to play with me. So there's different data centers, which is like the overarching like server housing. And then after that, there's specific servers in the data center. So I'm on the Crystal Data Center on the Brunhilder server. If you would want to play together. You can deal with it, this is a problem? Okay. Just do some research into it ahead of time, see like what, don't worry about, like, what race or anything like that. The stat benefits you get there are, like, literally net, like, they may as well not be there. They're so small. But look into, like, what class you want to be. Whether you want to be a tank, a healer, a DPS, a ranged DPS, a physical DPS, you know. You have a bunch of different options. You missed. He played the bunny race and his in-game name was Hoppin. Fair. The Vieira. I was a bunny boy for a period of time. You gotta give him a handy. Is there an echo? There is. Those are Makote. There's Midlander, which are just your typical humans. There's Rogadin, which are kind of like the big... You have coup de grace. Like the big buff dudes. I see that, you have coup de grace. There's Makote, which are your cats. There's Vieira, which are your bunnies. There's Lalafell, which are like your little ones. Like your lolly race, basically. There you go. Thank you, sir. Not into it that much, but you guess it's there, yeah. I feel like I'm forgetting a couple races, but I can't think of what... Oh yeah, there's the Aru, or Ara, whatever. That are like the dragon people. I feel like you would be an Ara. I just call him Aru, because I think it's cuter to say that. Why? It's just what I think you would be. I feel like you would make an Ara as a joke, but then with time you'd be like, huh, this is actually kind of nice. And then you would stick with it. It would start out as a joke. You never expressed your love towards monster girls? I mean, the guys. Not females. I guess you could be a female if you wanted. There's no shame in that. For a period in time, I had a female Aura as well. Because the female options were, like, super pretty comparative. Like, for clothes and whatnot. What's up, Jay? How you doing, man? I don't know why everybody just gave up. Don't know why the other two gave up. I don't know either. I have zero idea. I mean, yeah, you were dominating us, absolutely, but, like, I don't... Why? Steve DC'd, and then Kate's like, I want out. Who brought the offering? I wonder. Steve did, and he's the one that DC'd. Okay. On GG. Make female characters in MMOs. You don't think you ever used a male character unless it's class locked? You'd make a Neko 100% if there's an option for that in a game. You're going with that 100%. Yeah. GG, Jay. Appreciate you stopping by, man. Hopefully, your future matches go better than that. Because that was kind of oof. Yeah, I mean, you would go with a Makote then. Makote. There you go. The best cat girl in Final Fantasy XIV, or the best girl rather, is a cat girl. Her name is Yastola. She's a black mage and she's awesome. And let's do copy image link. There you go. Oh, right, there's Elizin as well. Elizins are like your typical elves. They are very tall and very skinny. Let me try and get... I can get up a character customization video if you want. Just to give you like a quick run through of them all. $15 is steep, but we'll say you need an escape from DVD. Definitely. It definitely is very steep. Because it's 15 a month perpetually. Which sucks. And let's do Firefox. Hey. Here's your Makote. So he's gonna do Aura, which is the dragon, Makote, which is the cats, and Viera, which are the bunnies. This is the Aura. Let's just like skip around a bit. Okay, face shapes. You can do eyes, irises, hair, hairstyle, hair color, tail length, face, jaw, eye shape, iris size, eye color, limbo ring. You know, so many options. And like what he's about to get into here, so your character's date of birth and then your guardian deity. These are just you know, for like role play purposes. Customize the limbo ring. Yes, that is something specific to Auras, because Auras have like they have the limbo ring. Let's see if he shows it. He may not, because this is just, you know, a basic video. I don't think he's going to. Actually, he might. Eye color. Limbo ring. Yeah, there we go. Okay, he doesn't even show it. He just goes through it. Never mind. You're locked to these 6 at the beginning of... Or, not... Never mind. You're locked to certain classes at the beginning of the game, but whenever you reach certain milestones like levels and whatnot, then you will get access to more classes. Like whenever you reach level 50, for example, you'll have access to Red Mage, which is my personal favorite. As a gladiator, which is your paladin, your tank, your pugilist, which is your monk, is a DPS, your marauder, which is a warrior, which is another tank, lancer is a dragoon, he's a DPS, archer, which becomes a bard, which is another DPS. In Star Wars The Old Republic, you were Inquisitor, which is like a ranged mage. You would probably... I would say you would like Red Mage then. There is Black Mage in the game, but it's one of the hardest classes to play. Don't know how much Star Wars The Old Republic knowledge transfers from MMOs are similar. Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy XIV is unique in the way you do things. But one of the plus sides is you can change your class at any time. So if you don't want to be... Or if you want to try out one class and you decide you don't like it, you can change it to something else. At any time, and at, like, no detriment to you. You also played Black Desert? I never played Black Desert. How come I can, like, run a killer like that while I'm just holding a conversation with you? Not even get hit. But yet, whenever I'm trying to, like, actually focus, I just immediately, like, trip. Make it make sense. I don't think I changed my challenge either, now that I was thinking about it. Yeah, I lean towards a DPS. I lean toward magic, or, well, technically magic DPS would be a ranged DPS. And then I sometimes will play a healer. I like white mage for healer. You have a lot of different options. Your tanks, you have your paladin, which is your typical sword and shield, you know, warrior of light. You have your warrior, which is the big dude with the axe that we just saw. You have a gunbreaker, which is like, you know, Leon from Final Fantasy, what is it, Final Fantasy VIII, I believe. Literally just a gunblade. And then you have... Hang on. 9, got you. Either way, there's a lot of options. It's a free trial? There is, but it is heavily restricted. Wow, that hit. It heavily restricts you. You can't send out friend requests, you can't whisper people, you can't buy or sell things off the market board, you can't make groups. It definitely serves its purpose as a free trial, but it is heavily restrictive. And you're also limited to a level cap of 60, I believe. Whereas right now, the level cap is 90. But it's going to 100, mid next year. But yeah, it definitely serves its purpose as a free trial. We got your Square Enix ID. Yeah, I definitely want to keep track of that. Squeenix is, like, really good about their support system and whatnot. The game masters are very nice and like very helpful. But like if you forget some of that info, you're just kind of crap out of luck. It's not like Discord, well they'll just ignore you. Let's go. Fuck. I thought that was closer to being opened. Don't even remind you of Discord? My bad. I just crawl. He's gonna have to make a decision. You have a beam? You do have a beam. It's funny looking back at it. I don't know if funny would be the word that I would use. Somebody gets into my Discord account and they won't help me, I would be mad. But this is like the Discord account I've always had, you know, since like 2016. There's many, many years of history on this account. She either has to trade or she has to leave me. I say she just leaves me. That is the correct choice. GG. Alright, back to more important things. GG. Lunar Foxes TTV. And I have this on the wrong monitor. There we go. So, let's see. Conjurer turns into your white mage, which is a healer. Thaumaturge turns into a black mage, which is a range DPS. Arcanist turns into your scholar. No, Arcanist turns into your... Wait. I can't remember... Okay, no. Arcanist turns into your summoner, which is another range DPS. Magical range DPS. And then you'll see down here in the bottom left, like Limsa Lominsa. Depending on which class you choose, that's where you're going to start the game at. And then your introduction to the game will be unique depending on where you choose to start at. My personal opinion, Limsa Lominsa is the best place to start because it is by far the prettiest. But New Gridania is also very pretty. Ul'dah is just ugly. Ul'dah is kind of like your, how would I say it? It's kind of like your Agrabah in a way. It's like that city in the middle of the desert. It's pretty ugly. Gridania is like a, you know, very forest dweller type of vibe, you know? It's like where you would expect a bunch of elves to, you know, live. Like a giant city, or not even a city, like a little town in the middle of the forest. Whereas Limsa Lominsa is a city on the water. So now he's gonna go with Makote? No, Auras. No. He just did Aura. What? Why is he doing two Auras? Yeah, there we go. There's your Makote. So you can make, you know, dark skin, light skin. Change the hair, everything. Laugh, voice. Bust size. Hold up. I gotta hide the chat box. Look at this. We're on bust size. Small, large, dead in the middle. All the way up. Respectable. You can change the tail. Tail length, long, short. Based? Absolutely. hairstyles. You can see there's a lot of different hairstyles over there on the right side. And plus, there's a lot more of them that you can unlock. So because Final Fantasy XIV at one point had a collaboration with Nier Automata, you can get 2B's hairstyle. You can get 2B's clothing. Exact, like, I'm gonna leave it at that. You can get 2B's clothing in this game. Even more Giga Chad move. They let males and females wear 2B's clothing. That's super based? It is. So, you can see, you can go really in depth with it if you want. Let's get over to the Vieras. Something for me personally, Vieira's noses have always looked kind of off. Like, that's not just a specific thing for that option, like the one that he has picked. That's almost all of them. They all look kind of weird. You can change the hair, like the ear shape, everything. Angular, it's kind of weird. It's just weird to me. It's one of those things, like, whenever something looks right, it looks right. But whenever something looks wrong, you can't really tell why it looks wrong. So you can make some, like, really attractive looking characters, honestly. You like that outfit? That outfit is specific to Vieira. So if you want that outfit, you have to play a bunny. And while we're on it, you know, hang on. Sorry for anybody that watches me for Dead by Daylight, by the way. We're just watching Final Fantasy XIV stuff right now. Let me show you the ultimate of, the ultimate Alexander weapons. Because these are so pretty. But these are so hard to get. That's for your Dark Knight. We're just gonna watch this entire video. It's 10 minutes long, but I don't care. That's your Bard, your Archer. Turn this down a little bit. The outfit looks pretty clean as well. But the main attraction here is like the weapon. That's like the ultimate thing to get here. As your paladin, sword and shield. Is it a pay-to-win thing? No. There is nothing that is pay-to-win in this game. Literally nothing. They do have a cash shop, but what you have in there is time saves and cosmetics. So the time saves being like, say, level 90 is the current level cap. You can buy a specific class level up to level 80. But you can only do that whenever you have a class already leveled up to at least that level manually. That's your Dragoon. That's a DPS. So to give you... How do I explain? It's like a raid, basically. It's called the Ultimate of Alexander. So, what... Or the Epic of Alexander. Yeah, the Epic of Alexander, sorry. Whenever you go into, like, a boss battle or something like that, there's regular, extreme, savage, ultimate. Yeah, there's 4 versions of every boss fight, every major boss fight in this game. There's your regular version, which is what you do whenever you're playing through the story or side quest, whatever like that. There's an extreme version, which will usually drop like mounts and slightly better stuff. There's Savage, which is really hard, but that's where you get stuff like these armor sets, for example. But then if you want to be the overachiever, there's the ultimate versions of some of these fights. Which ultimate is very hard. You know, like Destiny or some other MMOs will do like a world's first for the first people that clear a raid or whatever. Final Fantasy XIV does world's first for the ultimate raids. It's a very big deal for whenever somebody does those. But that gives you some sort of gauge of how difficult they are. Usually it'll be like 10 to 15 minutes or longer of just non-stop action. And if anybody in your team, an 8-person team, messes up or is slightly in the wrong position or something like that, it's a wipe. And then you have to start over from the very beginning. It's hard. I've never done any ultimates personally. I've done a couple Savages. This background that you see here is where you fight the Ultimate of Alexander. Or the Epic of Alexander, sorry. That's your warrior axe. Seems like a rage game. It can be. It can be very rage-inducing. But the only people that really try epics and usually savages are like static teams. So like people that you play with all of the time. That's a machinist, which is a ranged DPS, which is literally you just have a gun. Not like a gun blade. Machinist is just straight up you have a gun. Just that. 1, 2, 3. That's your pugilist, which is a physical DPS. Kind of like a brawler, if you would want to think of it that way. Electricity. This is either white mage or black mage. I don't know, because their weapons look very similar. I think this is black mage. Actually, does they say? No, they don't say. That's your ninja, which is another physical DPS. There are a lot of options for classes, by the way. But these weapons look so cool. That's either white mage or black mage, whichever one the one earlier wasn't. I don't know. That's black mage. So the one earlier was white mage. This is black mage. You can tell because of the pose that she had. That's Astrologian, which is a healer. My personal, well, they're very pretty. I'd say that's probably my second favorite class. Astrologian, or that one, is all about, like, buffing more than they are healing. That is either Scholar or Summoner. I think that's Scholar. Four minutes left. Samurai, physical DPS. That's one of the bosses in the background there. One with a Grimoire looked interesting. So, Grimoires, you have two options. You have your Summoner, and then you have your Scholar. Scholar is a healer. Summoner is a ranged DPS. Like, magical DPS. Any magical stuff is ranged DPS, technically. That is Scholar. That's Scholar, yes. So the one earlier had to have been Summoner. Yeah, this is Scholar. So this is your healer Grimoire. It's your red mage. This is the class that I play the most. We are a magical DPS. We do a lot of very pretty things as a red mage. I swear, we play DBD on this channel. I swear. That's your Gunbreaker, which is like the Gunblade from Leon. The Gunbreaker is a tank. You play Gunbreaker whenever you want to tank, but you also want to do damage. That has no meaning to you now, but if you play the game, you'll understand what that means. That's your Dancer, which is a ranged DPS. Probably the weakest DPS class in the game. but they are very, more supporty than they are DPS. But since there isn't a, like, support archetype, need to, like, you know, watch some in-depth beginner guides. I know I can... Hang on. Oh, who did I watch whenever I... Class overview? It wasn't Joe Cat. Megastar is very good if you want specific, like, classes. There's somebody that used to make Final Fantasy XIV videos. He doesn't do it anymore. It's a healer overview. It's not Joe Cat. It's not Skian. Oh, come on. Who is it? It's not Umbral. This is gonna bother me. Because there's somebody that I watched that really helped me to decide on which one I wanted to play. But I can't remember who it was because it was so long ago. Surely it wasn't Joe Cat. I don't think it was. Joe Cat does very good videos as well. Joe Cat does a lot of, like, meme stuff, but he actually does a really good job at explaining. It's not this one. It's not Joe Cat. Oh, this is gonna bother me so much. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. I'll find it and send it to you. Unhook 3 survivors, must unhook them safely. Okay. I'm gonna find this. Is there a difference between the Steam and Square Enix versions? Just whichever one you want to play on. I would recommend getting the Square Enix version because Steam... for Steam's maintenance every Tuesday, that will, like, screw with it sometimes. I would go with Square Enix on its own. Hi, Deception. How you doing? There we go. Well, what about me? I'm doing well, thank you. I'm glad that you're doing well as well. Did you have a nice little holiday season, I hope? You're at work? Oh no. Don't get in trouble. I'm gonna find the videos, Emmy, and I'm gonna send them to you. You work from home? Oh, okay. Lucky, lucky. Final Fantasy XIV class overview? Hello, you're Jill. Heyo. Good luck to the game. Good luck in the game. Apologies. Dual Lux. See, you are not currently live. Build Batman. 70 gigs? So, Emmy, let me, yeah, that's not how big the game is. That's how big the base game is. And because of how they built Final Fantasy XIV, you have to download each individual update in order. between whenever the game first released all the way up until now. So you're gonna be downloading the game for a while. I'm shitting with you? No, I wish I was. I wish I was. You have to download every single update that the game has ever released up until the game, like the game's initial release until now, because of how they built the game. When all is said and done, it'll probably be like 120-ish gigs, I think. You're gonna be downloading for a day, yeah. Just whenever you're making the character, pick Crystal Data Center, Brunhilder server. Which, I mean, I'm not gonna be on the game until I get paid again, which will be like mid next month. But whenever I do get paid, like I can, of course, help you out then.
Hello there. I heard you're looking to choose your first class or which one to level next in Final Fantasy XIV.
This is not the video that I was looking for. You're gonna be downloading for a day. Oh, that's an Oni. Crystal what? Crystal Data Center, Brunhilder server. Obvious, like, it'll be the North American data centers. The specific data center is Crystal. The specific server on the Crystal data center is Brunhilder. You can travel in between, hope when you upgrade to the full version you don't have to re-download it. No, you won't. You will be fine, sir. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. That was almost the end. Pretty proud of that one. Pretty proud of that one too. Damn. 10 megabits a second. Square Enix servers are slow, you see. Yeah, they're not the greatest. Well, they are also recovering from a DDoS attack, though. It was either yesterday or the day before they were getting DDoSed. Nice, yeah. It doesn't happen often, but whenever it does, it's pretty bad. There's also housing if you want to get into that, which they used to have it so that way no matter how long you stayed logged out, you wouldn't lose your housing. But now if you don't log in within, I think it's like every 3 months, that the game will not give away. It'll demolish your house and then it'll go back up for buying, for someone else to buy it, I mean. But there are some very, very pretty houses. But some people take that stuff way too serious. 27, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You're currently in 2017. So, enjoy that download. Good luck. I pushed him out of the way! Aw, crap. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. You know, I'm running him pretty decently, I would say. It's just we're not doing that great as a whole. Nice. I guess I'm dead here, because David's just sticking to the gen. Things you love to see. Yeah, I'm just dead. And he didn't even finish the gen. Imagine dying? I don't have to imagine. I'm about to. I ran him so good. Just to die. Because David didn't come get me. Felt bad, man. Evil Twink Goblin. Nice. David, censored, what are you doing? I respect it. The lick you life. I can only imagine what he was saying there. Censored, what are you doing? What the fuck were you doing, I guess? Oh, also, Emmy. Final Fantasy XIV is a very story-heavy game. So you can't go skipping the cinematics and stuff. You gotta watch them. You don't mind that? You like story games? Okay, cool. You'll like Final Fantasy XIV then. I found it! It's Larry Czar. Larry Czar class guide. Is this the video that I'm looking for? I gotta find something. It is! I found it! Haha! Yay! Hey, it's the killer we just played with. We meet again, Oni. Alright. We'll just take another break after this and we'll just play the video. Because This game sucks. Final Fantasy 14 is where it's at. Currently unavailable for purchase from the Square Enix store. Customers wishing to purchase the title may do so via other retailers. That's weird. Green Man Gaming it is. I mean, it should just be a code that you, like, activate, I think. That's a very solid, I think it's just a code. Provide via Square Enix product code for Windows for key redemption free Square Enix account. Yeah. And then that key should, like, let you download it, I think. Why the fuck is it unavailable in Square Enix store? I actually don't know. I think it's like they ran out of keys or something like that. Because so many people have been buying it again lately. Oh, by the way, there is usually a queue to get into the game. It's usually not that bad. If anything, it's like a couple minutes. But there's usually a queue. I think the worst I ever saw the queue was like a couple hundred. What's that? Naughty Bear. He trapping main? I think he's trapping main. It's not that bad? Yeah, it's really not. Now, if you want to get on, like, on launch days, good luck. Say, like, the day a new expansion releases? Nah. Just don't even think about it. You will be there for, like, hours, if not days. You think I'm joking? I'm not. Shadowbringers, or not Shadowbringers, Endwalker had a queue that was so bad. It was like, I think it was like 50,000 plus people. And then it was constantly just growing. Like, the second the servers opened after maintenance, it just immediately jumped up that high. It was bad. I'm pretty sure you can still find, like, news articles about the queues from back then. Because it was bad. I personally believe Final Fantasy 14 is, like, the biggest MMO right now. I think it dwarfs, like, you know, WoW and EverQuest, not EverQuest, RuneScape and stuff like that. I believe Final Fantasy XIV is like the king. Even WoW, yes. I believe it's bigger than WoW. And if you take a look at, like, Steam charts, I'm pretty sure that backs it up. Of course, we don't know how many active players are in Final Fantasy, or WoW, right now, but I'm pretty sure. Snowball. I only get like one rotation off this. Actually, I don't know if I get any. Well, fell off so hard. It really did. This is definitely like an in-game trapper. There's no doubt in my mind. Also, the video that I'm gonna show you is kind of outdated because it's from Shadowbringers, which is the expansion before the last one. You have a Realm Reborn, you have Heaven's Ward, you have Stormbringers, you have Shadowblood, and then you have Endwalker. Yes, that's every expansion right now. Yeah, for the free trial, you can play up to Heaven's Ward, which is the level 60 expansion, for free. But whenever the next expansion releases, it's being expanded on. And then from there, you'll be able to play to the level 70. The base story is included? Yep, start to finish. He tried to get me to run into that. You have the base story and the entire first expansion. You'll complete the trial and decide, so but you're fairly invested. You underestimate how much that is. I don't have any more snowballs. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Nope. Why are they not on gens? You probably do. I'm telling you, there's a lot of content. But also, like, being restricted to the free trial that's a lot you're not gonna be able to really do. He stepped in his own trap. Oh, it's so... What are you doing, Gabriel? Gotta finish this. That's a very bad place to be hooked. Expansions paid other than an Walker? No. They're all, you're good to go. Holy respect. I don't know where the door is. Good game, gamers. Nice. Buy the base game soon, then you'll see on Endwalker later. Yeah, that's fair. GG. He had hope. That's nice. Look at the ratio. 39,000, 32,000, 2018. Sheesh. GG, well played. Alright, on to more important things. How about that, this guide? Firefox, you wanna work? Please? There we go. That was a good match. It's 16 minutes. Alright, we're just gonna have fun.
Got a bunch of jobs to choose from, and I've already made a video talking about that. Problem is, now everything is completely different. So here I am again with all of the Shadowbringers jobs to help you pick what you want to play.
Better than DVD anyway? Absolutely.
New guy. They're the ones fearlessly charging headfirst into danger's way. And luckily, Shadowbringers made that even more straightforward. Simply turn your tank stance on, and you are now tanking. Turn it off, and you aren't. Wow. Speaking of danger, these are the healers. Always be nice to them. You don't want to know what happens when they get angry. Oh, thank you. No, that's not what I meant. Shadowbringers gave the healers a super special
rescue.
big heal mode. The melee DPS are here to cry about mechanics that keep them away from the boss. So in Shadowbringers, they gave the melee 2 free I don't need positional anymore buttons. But they still complain. And these are the casters. They go big shooty boom boom magic. What did they get in Shadowbringers? More big shooty boom booms.
True.
The ranged can run around without any loss of DPS, and they've got a new friend who everybody loves. Except the other ranged. Anyway, let's go look at the jobs. Dark Knight. It uses a big-ass sword. Play this job if you want to use a big-ass sword. It's got a special stance you gotta keep up, obviously called the dark side. You keep this up by using Edge of Shadow and Flood of Shadow, of course. And you can even reach inside your soul and take out your inner darkness, and he can fight along with you. And it's got a special mode Delirium where you can spam heavy hitting attacks like
Cloud cosplay, among other things.
which
Also
otherwise
Guts
would
from
cause
Berserk.
Blood gauge. Yeah, it's got a blood gauge. For mitigation, it has the Blackest Night, which is a shield you put on yourself and lets you use a blood gauge ability for free if it breaks. And its invincibility is called Living Dead, which you activate it first and then you have to die. Once you die, then you're walking dead and you're actually kind of not dead. but somebody has to heal you up to full, otherwise you really do die. Gunbreaker. These guys were the personal guards of Queen Gunhilda herself. Who is that? I don't know. Gunbreaker is what you would get if you wanted to play a tank, but you also were like, I really like DPS. It's got a 3-part combo, but it actually has a separate 3-part combo inside of another 3-part combo. It kind of makes sense. It has a powder gauge with cartridges in it. The regular combo will earn you cartridges.
See, that's what I was talking about.
You can spend the cartridges.
Gunbreaker is what you want to do if you want to tank, but you also want to do damage.
It's very clicky. It's a very clicky, fun job. Its invincibility is called Superbolide. Basically, you shoot yourself, and now you can't get hurt anymore, because if I hurt myself, the enemies can't hurt me. Paladin.
Accurate.
It's got a sword and a shield. To be a paladin is to be protection itself. Paladin is really good at party utility and helping your friends not die. It's got a physical damage phase and a magical damage phase. During your physical phase, you've got a damage buff, and then you've got a dot combo, and then a regular combo that will unlock a heavy hitting attack called Royal Authority. And this you can use 3 times in a row. Then you go into your magical phase where you can attack at ranged with heavy hitting magic attacks, and a big AoE attack again, Confiteor. You've got the wings to protect your entire party. You can also heal yourself or heal a target, and its invincibility is Hallowed Ground, which just makes you straight up invincible. You can't get hurt. Warrior, it smashes. It's got an axe, and it smashes with the axe. Warrior doesn't care
That's
about
really about it.
damage. They're just all about hit me anyway. I can take it. Just hit me. It's got 2 combos. One that applies a damage buff and one that builds its wrath gauge more. It's got a special mode, Inner Release, that allows it to spam the heavy hitting attacks like Fell Cleave or Decimate. Both the single target and AoE attacks.
Warrior just
when you first use
boils down to spamming Fell Cleave.
Warrior is all about building up the gauge so you can use it on attacks to just smash more. It's got a fun mitigation called Vengeance, where you get hit but then you just slap them right back. Or it can increase its HP even more because above 100k health isn't enough. Its invincibility is called Home Gang, where you tether to an enemy and now your HP can't go below 1. Samurai. They wield a katana.
And we're into the
zero
DPSs.
party utility, besides their big damage. Samurai's core rotation works around 3 separate combos. Each time you finish a combo, you earn a sticker, or otherwise known as a sen. You spend these sen on powerful iaijutsu moves, and the move changes depending
Samurai
on
is
how
very
many
fun.
stickers you had when you use it. If you use it with 1, you get a dot. With 2, you get an AoE attack in front of you, and with 3, you get a heavy-hitting single target attack. It also has another resource called Kenki that you build up and you use on heavy-hitting attacks. You notice a lot of these are heavy-hitting attacks. It's because all of Samurai's attacks do it. Shadowbringers gave Samurai even more big attacks, like Shoha, an attack you can only use when you gather up 3 meditate stacks. It also has 2 separate AoE combos and overall flows very well from one combo to the next, building up your resources and spending them. Monk. These guys are all about throwing away the weapons, and instead, your body is the weapon. Monk has 2 combos. Sounds straightforward? It is. But each one of those has a positional requirement. Every single one. All the other melees only have a handful of positionals. Monk takes that and says, I want all of them. Shadowbringers also gave Monk a 4th Grease Lightning stack, which makes them attack even faster and harder than before. It builds up a resource called Chakra that it can use on a single target attack or a ranged attack, and other buffs that mostly work around its 2 separate combos. It does really high damage but still offers some party utility with a physical damage buff to the party. Dragoon. It uses a spear. They kill dragons, and the reason why they're so sharp is because even if a dragon eats them, they can still kill the dragon on the way out. Dragoon also has 2 combos, but instead these are longer combos. Most of the other physical jobs in the game are 3-part combos. Dragoon is 5. It's a very static rotation that you're going to do one combo and then the other combo, and you're always going to stick to that, but it has a whole lot of off global cooldowns that you're going to use in between them to keep it interesting. It centers around keeping up a buff called Blood of the Dragon. However, when you collect 2 Eyes of the Dragon and you activate Ger Skogul, you unlock Life of the Dragon, where you glow red instead, and you unlock even more powerful heavy-hitting attacks.
Basically, you become an angry boy.
It's got a bunch of different jump attacks that range from jumping to the opponent and back to where you were, or jumping over to the opponent, or jumping away completely. Or
The edgy class?
Dragoon offers
One of
some
many.
party utility like a crit buff to everybody, and it can tether to a friend and give their pal an extra damage buff. Ninja. Do you know Naruto? Well, me either. Ninja's got a really cool mechanic called ninjutsu. You have 3 ninjutsu abilities, which, depending on the order you push them in, will change the attack that it performs. You have things like an attack speed buff.
Ninja has a lot of memorization.
Dirt. Shadowbringers added a cool effect where you can augment some of the ninjutsu abilities. If you use Kasatsu before activating them, it'll change your fire breath into a huge fire tornado, or it'll change your ice breath into water shurikens like Greninja. You also can tap into your secret Hokage arts and activate Bunshin, which will be a shadow of yourself and it will mimic every attack that you do. It's also got a really good party buff called Trick Attack, which will make the target take extra damage from the entire party. Ninja has a lot of interesting mechanics to its toolkit that goes beyond just simple combos, but you might have to devote an extra brain cell to remembering what ninjutsu does what. Machinist is what you would get if you combined a cowboy with a Gundam with a Terminator. This is the ranged with the highest damage and the one with the least amount of RNG in the rotation. And I don't really have to say any more about it because you can summon a frickin' mech. And while you're doing all of your attacks, you're overheating, you go into your overheat gauge, you're spamming your cool abilities that give you your cooldowns back, and you're hitting buttons like a freaking madman, and your mech is over there punching shit. Oh, and you have a flamethrower.
So the ability is just gone? Yeah.
For AoE, you got some other cool stuff.
Like I said it was.
Now actually be a crossbow instead. You got a drill that you shoot out like a Giga Drill Breaker, and you have a special button that makes it.
I was right, yeah.
All of your regular combo is now superheated mode always.
So I'll pause it real quick. Machinist, in my opinion, is the easiest range DPS because it's literally you do 1, 2, 3, your first attack, your second attack, your third attack, and then that will build up some of your overheat gauge, which is this thing right here that has 25 right now. Whenever this gets up to like 80, 90, something like that, you'll unlock these bigger attacks that use the overheat gauge to activate them, and it'll take away some of the overheat. And then once that's finished, you're back down to 10, 20, however much overheat you personally want. You go back to doing your 1, 2, 3 to build up the overheat gauge again. And then whenever it's filled up, you'll use the big attacks, which takes it down, and then you fill it back up, and it's just repeating that cycle. But they do big damage as a result of it.
Job is all about balancing your battery gauge and your heat gauges to use all of your cool special boom explodey powers. Bard, this is the job with the bow and arrow. Every MMO has one. This is ours. But not only can you shoot arrows, you can also sing songs and help your party members do things.
They're very Buffy supporty.
Is in the middle ground of a static rotation with an RNG rotation. It cycles through 3 different song modes, and each song has a different effect on your rotation. Mostly you're keeping your dots up and spamming burst shot for procs on refulgent arrow. You've also got a new gauge called the soul gauge, which is used on apex arrow, and it does more damage the higher the gauge is. For utility, you've got stuff like a heal buff or damage buff or remove a bad thing on somebody, and of course a party damage reduction. Dancer. This is the new guy. It uses chakrams that it throws around and kills its enemies with belly dancing. It has the lowest
He's not wrong.
DPS, but it can super buff its dance partner. It has 2 separate dances, and when you activate one, you go through steps like a Simon Says game. Standard step will be an AoE attack and activate a damage boost for you and your dance partner. Technical step will be a longer step dance, but this will be a damage buff for the whole party. Its rotation is very RNG dependent. It has a 2-part combo, and each of those can proc another attack. And then each of those attacks can now proc fan attacks. And then the fan attacks...
Not your style. Yeah, Dancer's very much
so
if you like playing support.
To the rotation. It also has a separate gauge that you use on a big hitting attack called Saber Dance. And for movement, it has 3 separate dashes that it can use. Black Mage. It uses a magic stick.
We're up to the magic dealers now.
A lot more explosions. This
hardest rotation in the game.
The selfish DPS class, and specializes in longer cast times that deal super high damage with the trade-off that you're trying to minimize your overall movement.
I guess I should specify. Rotation means in what order you're using your attacks. The Black Mage rotation is absurd. Hang on. Black Mage rotation. Let me see if they've updated this. Yeah. Look at this crap. You want to try making any sense of this? I sure don't. Like, what? This is the optimal rotation for a black mage. I could never. You get 0 that, yeah. Basically, it's in what order you're pressing these buttons down here at the bottom of the screen. If you want to do everything just right, you press them in this order. It's stupid.
Goes through an ice phase where it regenerates mana and a fire phase where it spends all of its mana on the really heavy hitting attacks. Shadowbringers added a finisher to the fire phase called Despair. Black Mage has a continuous damage buff you want to keep up called Enochian, which allows you to use the heavier hitting spells.
But this is just like the
And if you keep it up
overview
long
to
enough,
see like
it
what you
unlocks
like.
a special void looking attack called Xenoglossy. There's now also a way to keep your ice phase up during downtime. Summoner. It uses a book, but it's not trying to be smart with it. It's mostly picture books. Summoner is our pet DPS job. There's Ifrit for
Like a
target,
Beastkeeper.
Garuda for AoE, and Titan for Summoner's rotation works on a 2-minute cycle of various phases that you go through. There's Dreadworm Trance, where you invoke Bahamut's Aether and you unleash it in a big Death Flare attack. After this, you're able to summon Bahamut and command him to do big Akmorn attacks. And after him, you can summon Phoenix to do special fire moves and heal the party while it's out. Also, 2 of your spells become super Phoenix fire moves instead. Summoner is also one of 2 jobs that can raise dead party members, though you either have to hard cast it or save your swift cast for it. Red Mage. It uses a
Here's the one I
with a
play.
focus thing attached to it. This is the job that combines black magic and white magic together in order to do magic casting while also doing physical damage as well. Red Mage is special because every other spell that it casts is instant with the dual cast trait. So you will hard cast the shorter spells and then instant cast the longer ones. You'll do this while alternating building your white and black mana, and once you have enough, you can
do
go
a
in
melee
with a
combo.
Finishing it off with either a Ver Holy or Ver Flare big attack, and then another final big attack called Scorch. Shadowbringers also added an AoE rotation using Ver Thunder and Ver Arrow too, and then instant casting Impact. And then you have an AoE melee attack as well. Ren Mage is the only DPS with a good single target heal, and it's the other DPS that can battle raise. And because of dual cast, you can instant raise people. White Mage, it uses a cane.
We're to the
White
healers.
Mages draw on the Aether all around them from nature in order to do really big bursty heals or regens. As for its heals, it's very straightforward. You got Cure 1 and Cure 2 for single target. You've got Medica for AoE. Medica 2 for an AoE regen, and Cure 3 for a big AoE heal but very close around you. In Shadowbringers, they added some instant abilities that use up lilies from the Lily Gauge, and when you use up 3 lilies, it unlocks Afflatus Misery, which is a huge AoE damage nuke. White Mage's oh shit ability is the wings.
Oh
You
shit
sprout
ability.
beautiful wings from your back, and now everybody around you takes less damage, and all of your healing is super mode. Scholar. They use a book because they're so smart, and they want everybody else to know how smart they are. Scholar specializes in shielding the party from all the damage in the first place. And it is the pet healer that we have in this game. For single target heals, you got Physic, a small single heal. You also have Adlo.
What
which
is the
a heal
Scholar
plus
or the
a
White
shield
Mage?
on a single target. And you have Succor for an AoE heal plus a shield. And there are a few
White Mage,
abilities
yeah.
that
Well,
can
that's the
make
only
shields
healer we've
into
gone over so
shields.
far.
Emergency Tactics will change the shield into a heal. Recitation will guarantee that it crits so you can have a big shield. And Deployment Tactics will spread the shield to nearby party members. Chain Stratagem is Scholar's utility. It will raise the critical hit rate on the enemy for everybody. Scholar's other resource, Aetherflow, can be used on certain abilities, like an instant single target heal, a
This
party
one looks
member
worse,
heal,
fair.
and a placeable shield that reduces damage taken and heals the party.
There's only
Scholar's
4
super
true
move
healers
is
in the
an
game.
upgraded Fairy that does bigger shields and healing than the
White
regular
Mage,
fairy.
Scholar,
Or
Astrologian,
you could
Sage.
just eat your fairy
This
and
video
go
doesn't
for
have
the
Sage in it.
Astrologian. It uses a globe of stuff with cards on it. They heal by looking up at the stars.
This
and
is my
planets and
choice of
star
healer.
things. They're also able to switch between a shield mode or a regen mode depending on which healer they're paired with. It has a normal single target heal and an aspected single target heal that either shields or regens. It's also got a party AoE or an aspected party AoE that either shields or regens. And then there's the whole card system, which it is able to draw upon and buff all the party members' damage. Once it gets enough different types of seals, it can buff the entire party at the same time.
Not the tarot cards? Look, leave me alone.
Heal move is called Neutral Sect, which will change all of your aspected spells to activate both the shield and the regen.
He's pretty,
at the same time,
all right?
as well as buff all the heals in general. And that's it. That is all of the Shadowbringers jobs. Now keep in mind, you can play all of these jobs on the same character. That is the beauty of Final Fantasy XIV. All of the jobs can do all of the content in the game, where some of them are a little bit better at certain special things. Like if you want to solo old content, you know, Red Mage or Paladin are probably a little bit better at that type of thing.
They
so
are.
The best advice is just pick which one looks really cool to you, and you'll be more motivated to get good at it. So this video will be good for a little while until the next expansion comes out.
Joe-Cat, a
We can
crap
just
guide.
all over again. Okay, bye.
So he doesn't have that's kind of outdated at this point because things have really changed since he made that, because that's a very old video. But I still like that as a general overview to everything.
What up, warriors of fartness? I bet you don't have the slightest clue how to play this eyeball-melting anime game. Oh, sure, you probably know that you can beat up enemies by clicking on them until they die, but do you know how to find a static in your FC to help you prog uwu? I bet you don't even know what any of those words mean, so sit down, shut up, and eat your gizzle greens, because I'm gonna teach you what thee mayhap not knoweth, thy noobliness. Welcome to A Crap Guide to Final Fantasy.
I love this dude's videos.
The tank is the person in the front lines of every group, leading the charge to inevitable party wipes, which is because you are the most important person in the party, having slap fights with the boss since everybody else is way too squishy to handle the puss-pounding patty cake. You'll never see Jimmy's soft boots eyeing up the cloud of darkness with his 2x4 and scriggly tree branch. But how hard can tanking be? Turn on your tank stance, do your 1-2-3 combo, and blame the healers when you die, right? That sounds like somebody who needs their short Q privileges revoked. Firstly, tank stance. You turn this on to start gaining enmity. What's enmity? It's where you shout at the bad guys, "Hey, hit me!" They'll be paying attention to you so long as you're dealing
Always
damage.
blame the
You better
healers,
be
yep.
dealing damage and not just having a staring contest. If you don't, then they're gonna start indiscriminately charging at the rest of the party like a dog in a movie theater. If you are the designated main tank, or in light parties the only tank, make sure this is on. If there is another tank in the party and you are the off tank, make sure this is off, unless there's some other bad guys you gotta pull. If you have conflicting stances with the other tank, they will chuck their shoulder pads at you. As a tank, you should make sure the bad guy's ass is facing the party as often as possible, as indicated by the bright glowing half-eaten donut underneath the target. This is so that if the bad guy sneezes, you're the only one getting down with the sickness. And also, if your party has anyone playing any jobs that particularly likes to clap them cheeks, you've provided a bright shiny spanking space. On top of this, as a tank, you are, by Heidelin's blessings, horrible at dancing, which is why you should move as little as possible once you've got the enemy's attention. That way the party can continue to whap the wumpus without having to chase down the bad guy's glorious booty. Just as well, because you have control of where the baddies are, you control how useful everybody else is. So if somebody puts down a useful AoE, stop fucking running away from it. Now that you have the baddie's attention and are in a nice cozy poking position, you don't have to worry about anything else, right? Ah, that's what I thought you'd say, you dumb fucking horse. Believe it or not, when you die, it's not entirely the healer's fault, just mostly their fault. That little bit of responsibility you have is based on how well you can juggle mitigation. What's mitigation? It's the buttons that make the bad guy's slaps hurt less that you sometimes press once, a subscription, and never think about again. You ever wonder why you have several of those buttons that all seem like they do the same thing? Well, that's because you're supposed to space them out over the course of a fight so the healers don't have to sacrifice their entire mana pool and firstborn child to get your frail ass through the dungeon. Remember not to bust your tanking load all at once, or else you're gonna feel a lot of shame when you're all out of juice and the boss still wants to go about 4 more rounds. Every tank also has a press X to not die button that can be used to survive any devastating attacks, or if you're a really aggressive paladin who drew every enemy in a dungeon ever and don't want the healer to hire a hitman on you. As for what your limit break does, tanks are thicker than the average Disney mom, to the point your honky chonky donkey bahonky extends to the rest of the party, protecting them from damage up to a whopping 80% at LB3. The thing is, unless you're a high-end player, you'll probably be using tank LB as frequently as a good player rolls high on loot. Overall, you have 4 flavors to choose from: punk, grunge, metal, and Christian rock. There's warrior for big axes, big anger, big self-healing, and if you like to do fell cleaves again and again and again and again. If you prefer more brooding than cruding, the Dark Knight is great for doing your best guts impression. You get a huge-ass sword, goopy black energy particle effects, and the literal best mitigation in the entire game, but it's balanced because they get the worst invulnerability button in the entire game. You press it, and then it makes you die. Gunbreaker is called a tank, but everybody knows it's just 3 DPS in a trench coat, as designated by the fact you get a fucking gun and your swings explode. But you have to be a hardcore gamer, since it requires a lot of cartridges. And finally, the Paladin, who tries to pretend they're a healer and caster, but only when the other healers and casters are looking. But fuck all that, because the most important thing is that you get the motherfucking sword and shield, baby! Try getting behind this wall of holiness, bitch! Now you know how to play tank, you're welcome.
His videos are so funny. And they're honestly not wrong either.
I love power.
We're
and I
gonna go
love
through
feeling
all of these.
powerful. It strokes my biggly wiggly and forces lesser beings to bow down to my awesome might lest they taste my boot between their gums. Nothing has ever given me the same rush of adrenaline than knowing that everybody has to submit to my whims for their own safety. It makes my brain do the goody good chemicals and allows me to feel as though I have control over this truly unfortunate reality that the universe is slowly careening into an eventual heat death and there's nothing anybody can do about it as we are inconsequential specks in this cruel and uncaring universe. But none of that matters because look at this, I can pull my party members into a pit that kills them. I find that hilarious. Welcome to a crap guide to Final Fantasy.
That is something that healers can legitimately do. It's called rescue.
The greatest power of all is the power to have control over people's lives, which is why the healer is the most likely party member to have a god complex. Right behind main tanks, mentors, and anybody who's an omnicrafter. You are the most important person in the party, as you, along with the tank, are responsible for keeping the party alive by kissing their boo-boos and slapping the bitch who made the boo-boo. That's right, as a healer, you do have to deal damage as well. Man, but it's called a healer, and healers are supposed to heal, right? Wrong! A healer's job is not necessarily to heal the party, but rather to keep them alive. And yes, there's a difference. There's gonna be a lot of downtime between heals, and you bet your afflatus rumpus that you're making the fight take longer than it has to if you're just sitting there twiddling your thumbs waiting for your next chance to cast Cure.
That'll be a heal bot, yep.
Full health? What do you do when the party's full health or even halfway up and standing? TPS the bad guys. No,
One of my favorite quotes ever is in this video.
Too long, it starts to rub all up on everybody's nerves, and when you hit endgame, it serves you right when the boss will wipe the party cause you couldn't beat Enrage. Sure, you're for the most part keeping the party alive with a variety of healing utility spells, some regen, some shields, but an equal amount of time you're casting those, you're also throwing in some extra DPS when time allows. Remember, DPSing is just mitigating future damage, and if you're able to kill the current wave of dungeon mobs before they deplete the tank's HP, which by the way is going to regen to full by the time you reach the next mob pull anyway, what does it matter how low their HP gets? So yes, DPS when time allows. When does time allow? Well, I know you're scared of independence and thinking by yourself, but that's going to be a balancing act you'll have to figure out. However, my rule of thumb is the minimum amount of HP a party member has to be at is 1. But if that's too scary for your whittle fingies, ask yourself, will the enemy's
This
next
right
attack
here.
make your party member fall on their ass? If yes, heal so that it doesn't. If no, time to become a glare mage, motherfucker. As long as they're alive and you're clearing the content, you're doing your job right. There is one caveat to
Time to
doing
be
your
a
job
glare
right, and that's
mage,
that everybody will hate
motherfucker.
you for it. Literally, by healing you start to generate a lot of aggro from the bad guy. So if you ever decide to heal before mob pulls in dungeons, it's important to stick close to the tank like an ERPer sticks to Vieira's wearing 2B thigh highs. Especially if you throw on a regen and suddenly 800 mobs crash through the wall with a How to Fry Fairies cookbook. You can still do it, but you should know what you're getting into. Like live streaming and hoping that anybody will watch. As for your limit break, we heard you like healing, so we put more healing in your healing so you can heal while you heal. Unfortunately, you won't be using any limit break aside from LB3 because LB1 and 2 just heal the party, and you already have plenty of band-aids and popsicles to do that on your own. LB3, however, is so potent in healing it resurrects everybody in the party back from the dead instantaneously. But they will have to do the thriller afterwards, so it's best to be safe for when you at least have enough people to make a backup dancing crew. For the flavors
That's
of
a
healing,
lot
we
of
have
people
3
dead
boomers
there.
and the new kid on the block who bought a Glock and has a TikTok. The white mage is the most straightforward. You heal when a buddy is hurt and you attack when they're not. Just about everything in your arsenal is all about feeding them so much it'll make an inflation artist blush in embarrassment. You're also equipped with the best AoE skill in the entire game and the ability to
Holy.
never run out of mana unless you're really, really bad. Best of all, when your buddies get hurt, you can heal them to harness their blood for the blood lily. But let's say you want to play white mage, but you like tarot readings and star signs like a suburban woman in her mid to late 20s. Astrologian is probably for you. You draw
exposed.
cards that will enhance the abilities of your party members, and you fill the arena with enough space dust and constellations that you'll need 5 layers of sunglasses to see. Taking this job will also teach you how to build a bomb. Don't worry, it's friendly. Scholar is a weirdo who used to hang out with all the bad DPS kids, but decided to turn their life around when they met a nice girl who supports them in their new hobby. Only problem is she knows nothing about your hobby, and you have to keep correcting her on fandom trivia. They're all about putting shields and defensive buffs that protect the party from taking damage in the first place. That way they can guess what? DPS even more. Also, your girlfriend can get thick. And finally, the new kid on the block, the Sage. A scholar who decided to stop being nice and pick up a gun. That shoots lasers! Like Scholar, they also put shields and protective buffs on their party members so they can spend more time shooting lasers! How do they do this? After seeing Alphino change to the job, my guess is the Nullists are liquefied carbuncles. Rest in peace, Carby. And now you know how to play healer. You're welcome.
He's so funny. I guess we should play a match, right? I guess we should. We'll go back to it after a match or two. People are here to watch Dead by Daylight. He's I don't know. His videos are so memey, but they like actually they're not wrong. He does a very good job at explaining things in a funny way. Do you have anything that you're, like, leaning towards so far? With these, like, initial impressions, I guess. Tanks and healers have the best queues for, like, raids and dungeons and stuff like that. But DPS is, in my opinion, like, probably the best way to go. Unless you just like playing support. Nothing wrong with that. For healing, white mage, otherwise probably samurai. Okay, we can do a melee DPS video next then. Also, I feel like I should show this. Disclaimer, this is meant as a joke and is not at all a super serious in-depth guide to Final Fantasy XIV. Any jabs I throw at anyone's way of playing the game are merely for comedic purposes only, especially when it comes to people's skill and performance in playing their role. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes or not playing 100% efficiently. Everybody does it. Nobody is perfect, except for me. Enjoy. Joe Cat's so funny. He announced recently that he's not going to be making any more content, though. Because he made a video that was a parody of a song. That I think you would honestly really like. Hang on, I can play it. And people got very mad about it. Very, very mad. Hang on. Or it's a 30-second video, so it doesn't matter.
Sad that there's no muscly girls in here. Well, I mean, yeah, but, you know, sure, I like to joke around and talk about how, oh, I'm strong women all the time, but that's not the only girls I like. I like big girls, pretty kitty girls, really witty girls, singing ditty girls. I like the leggy girls with the nice thighs. I like a good chest, no matter what size. I like the belly folds, I like the six-packs, really tall queens, and the short stacks. From the mild girls to the wild girls. You got style girls, make them proud girls. Yeah, I just really like girls.
People got really, really mad about that video. So he was getting, like, death threats. He was... what? I don't know. It makes no sense to me. He made, like, a giant twitlonger about it. He was, like, getting harassed, getting death threats. His family was getting death threats. It makes no sense to me. So he announced as a result of, like, all the harassment that he and his family is getting, he's not making any more, like, content creation. He said, if this is what it takes to be a content creator online, I don't think I'm cut out for it. Read joecat.net. TLDR, I'm going to finish up my ongoing projects, and then I'm going to be taking an indefinite break from making content. And then on his site, he goes, like, into full detail about it. Go, gamers. I'll go first. I'm not shy. The Wild Girls section had Manuela from Fire Emblem Three Houses. He has good taste. I mean, almost all of those were good taste. But the original one by Lizzo, or Lizza, got no hate. Kind of a double standard. Yeah, that's... I don't know. I don't know why he was getting hate for it. People are dumb? Very. He has to have pinky finger. He's trying so hard to get that pinky finger off. Surely this won't work, right? Yes! I'm so proud of that. That should not have worked. I thought he saw me. People are dumb. People are very dumb. Guess telling your types are diverse counts as a mortal sin. We're gonna watch out. Yeah, gotta be careful. He says private DMs over Discord and Twitch. Suspicious packages being sent to my family. And then he goes on to like be more specific about it all as well. But it's like it's pretty sad. I don't understand why people are giving him such a hard time over it. Whoop. Wow, we have one gen left. And he has one hook. Alright, fair enough. I would definitely recommend, like, giving his website a read. I like what he says about all of it. I need that save. I need to get this challenge finished. Even if I have to trade for it, I need this save to get this finished. I've seen and received many assumptions about my character, history, beliefs, relationships, and all those of my partner, as well as threats of violence to me as well as my family, doxing attempts, and mocking from even people I look up to and respect. All from a single 30-second video out of 200 other ones. And then he goes on, you know, to say more about it. But it's screwed up. It's really messed up. My personal opinion, I saw nothing wrong with that video. There was not a thing wrong with it. You have no clue what is wrong? Me neither. You missed. You missed. Yeah, got me that time. If this gets people mad, they should grow up. Damn. No, people have always been, you know, I don't want to say too easily triggered, but they've always, you know, gotten upset over stupid things. That's nothing new. It's just, it sucks that it's happening to somebody that's, you know, really a nice guy. He makes a lot of funny stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's not your style of humor, then okay, that's fair. But there's no reason to be giving, you know, death threats over it. That's still regressing, so I don't know what he's doing. Oh, it's not regressing. I lied. Okay. Over watching fan service animes? Yeah. Or like somebody calling me a child rapist because I tunneled them in a game. People are just crazy online. Projecting? It's something. I don't know what it is, but it is certainly something. Oh, he just went for it. Yeah. I knew that was coming. Now I go basement. Oh, no, maybe not. Yay me. Is this some Kiwi Farm stuff? What's Kiwi Farm? I need to just go get on that generator over there. Basically, the forum where people get to harass others like they target individuals and conduct joint harassment. Oh, I have no idea. It may be, but I have no idea personally. Weird people find enjoyment in that? Yeah. People are just, you know, they're messed up. He coming over here? No, he's checking that one. Oh, he has thrilling trimmers. Okay, then. I didn't know that. He has to wait it out if he wants to kick it. To give a little more context, Joe Cat was targeted by Kiwi Farms. Yeah, I had a hunch. Oh. That's very sad. Hello, gamer. Where's the fat man? Looks like he's there. Yeah, there he is. He's just gonna go after Fang now. As much as I think Boogie is a effing moron and a lot of other things, he had the same problem. It's just sad. Because I've watched his streams sometimes. Joe Cat, not Boogie. I've never been in a Boogie stream. And, like, he's, you know, he's funny. He's chill. Him and, Shinpai are very, close. Which, fun fact, they both play on the data center that we play on. I can't body block because it's pinky finger. Oh, Fang. Oh, Fang. Oh, Fang. Crawl. I gave you an opening. That's all I can do for you. You just gotta crawl. Shoeless snake. Private. Oh, she has a beam. She's in a bad spot. Was she about to try to CJ her? I mean, he has to pick and choose who he wants here. He doesn't get both. He gets one or the other. She could still Kobe, though. If Fang stays. Oh, she didn't. Oh! Meg has deliverance! Oh no, it didn't let her use it because Fang left. Oh no. That is definitely a rip. People use the term misogynist so much for every stupid reason. Use it when someone hates women, not when you like titties in anime. Fair. People are just... I don't know. People are something else. Yeah, I'll see how his video is misogynist. Yeah, I don't know either. You know what? We did a match. We'll go back. More.
Everyone always says you should be a team player, but honestly, I've always felt like the best way to help the team is by crushing whatever obstacle that's in the way with my heavily toned squat receipts. So that's it. No more playing for anybody else. I play for me, baby. Any reason the raid wipes from now on is no longer my fault. I only exist to make big numbers fly towards the screen and watch my skill bar light up like a Christmas tree at a rave party. And you bet your precious patoot the progress preventers will be promptly pounded because this potent projector of pain will be peppering those beasties until your pack is paved with enough resulting pellets that every peddler will pray to be pampered by a more palatable pacifist. Welcome to a crap guide to Final Fantasy. Being a DPS is like being the king of capitalism, because the way you play, taking care of others, is for bitches. Pay no attention to anybody else's well-being unless it directly affects you, and so long as you're alive and safe, you can act like anything bad that happens around you is probably not your fault. All that brain power instead will be put towards what really matters, your complicated as shit damage rotation. That's right, step aside tanks 1, 2, 3 and healers 2 damage buttons. These are where the big guys and gals play. Or at least that's what they like to tell themselves, since one of the only party utilities they have to worry about is pressing the faint button once in a blue moon. Their hotbar will more often have dozens of buttons all dedicated to big damage. The melee DPS is the most important person in the party, as you are the one on the front lines inspecting the bad guy's anus like it's where all the Hrothgar hats are hiding, while avoiding the enemy's sprays of hot, poisonous gamer stink. Not only are you going to be up in their grill turning their cheeks into a ripe tomato while flip-flopping in and out of danger like you're a politician making pancakes, you're also going to make like an adult film star and learn positionals. Certain attacks in your damage rotation will require you to land them in specific areas around the enemy target, specifically the rear and the flank, in order to deal additional damage. How do you tell where those positions are? By the massive disembodied titty underneath the target. See this nipple? That's the front, where the tank will be sucking on the sweet milkies that are tank busters, which obviously means this conspicuous ticulus on the opposite end is the rear. What about the flank? That'll be on either side of the enemy.
What's up, Kage?
Confused as to where each area begins and ends? A useful tip on how to tell is imagine there's a big X dividing each of the quadrants.
What the fuck are you watching? Final Fantasy 14.
That time you did the Gangnam Style at school, unironically.
A crap guide to Final Fantasy 14.
Has a full ring without an opening, in which case you won't have to worry about any of that guff, and you can just sit there like an off-tank who's actually having fun. Otherwise, between hopping back and forth in these two spots and running around catching up to the boss whenever the tank feels like doing cardio, your little
hidden lore? Nope.
So much working out that they'll be thick as the milk from the teats of a whale made of molasses, which is
to
move a lot. But what if I'm not in the right place for a position or the boss is far away? Just remember the old adage. Always!
I don't even know how do I describe this.
Even if you're not able to land your positionals, or if the boss is too far away to make a melee attack, be sure to always be pressing your buttons no matter what. Unless you're a monk who has no ranged attack and you have to sit there thinking about how your job will inevitably be reworked yet again in the next patch. However, there is another secret epic gamer option that allows you to maximize the DPS you output at the risk of yourself as well as potentially everybody else. But it's usually the healers. This technique is called greed. The funny thing about AoE markers in Final Fantasy 14 is that
okay, you want to play Final Fantasy 14 with me and Emmy?
The moment they go away. This means that if you're fast on your fingers, you can stand there DPSing the bad guy while soaking in their radioactive orange juice until the very last second, where you backflip out just as the dropkick of doom skims your fuzzy anime hairs and you don't lose a second of uptime. As I said, however, this is a high risk. If your timing is off and you spend just a millisecond too long, you'll be covered in cheese.
Ever play Final Fantasy in your life? You don't have to play any of them.
You'll have to suffer
just this one.
Worse than having to read the entire 24-hour chat log of Limsa. Damage down. Shh, it's okay. Nobody's gonna take away your big damage numbers. Papa's here to make sure you don't greed too hard if you're not ready, okay? Okay. As the melee DPS, you also have first dibs on limit break against most bosses since yours deals the most damage, specifically when they're single. This is because when you hit the limit break button, you're not actually attacking them, just showing them pictures of a happy, healthy relationship, and nothing hurts more than emotional damage. Just ask Urianger. But what are the individual jobs whom of which melayeth said up-close slappers to thine adversaries? There are 5, and each one is a different flavor of anime and edge. Monk, for those of you who want to go fast, having one of the shortest global cooldowns in the game means you'll be dealing out punches like you're a pissed-off caterer at a middle school sock hop. Instead of the traditional combos, each attack puts you in a specific stance. Bird, cat, and monkey. Each one combos into another attack that benefits from each respective stance. Your rotation will be all about swapping stances around more than a kid trying sick moves to impress their crush at a middle school sock hop. You also have perfect balance, which allows you to go freestyle and pick whichever stance you're feeling more at the moment without having to do any of the normal stance setup. If you repeat the same stance 3 times during your freestyle, you get a purple token on your stylish moves punch card. And if you do 3 different stances during the freestyle, you get a white one. Do a freestyle with 3 unique moves one more time while you have both a purple and white tokens on your punch card, and you get to turn it in to make your crush dripping wet with damage, because for some reason you get to kick them in the face. The only problem is you are the only melee without a ranged attack to keep your uptime. And although you do have a dash that lets you zip around like Goku on a triple shot Ristretto down blend macchiato, if ever you find yourself without a target to punch during combat, you can call timeout on your buffs so they stop moving while you have a little cry because your crush rejected you at the middle school sock hop. Dragoon is probably the most straightforward of the melee classes and the one most likely to have a tragic backstory. You've got a 5-button combo that swaps between hard slaps and sakura flowers and a handful of buffs that will turn anybody else in the party into your partner in dragon slaying. What kind of dragon slaying? That's up for you to decide, which you'll have plenty of time to do while you're suspended 20
That's up for
moms in
you
the
to
air, dropping
decide.
in like a scantily clad human airstrike who's got a date with Nidhogg at 5 and a party at the quicksand at 6. Yes, the Matanga in the room. Dragoon has several damage-dealing jumps necessary to unlocking special attacks in their rotation that will lock you into an animation, which means you're stuck and unable to move out of your location while the boss is just about ready to piss all over the floor right before you land. So be wary when using your jumps, lest you fling yourself right into a danger puddle and perpetuate the tired singular joke the 14 community has for the class. On the bright side, though, you do get the
Floor
objectively
tanks.
best job mentor in the form of
Estinian.
Ninja is great for people who enjoy American football, because for every 10 seconds of excitement, there's a minute of fuck all. Your rotation is all about fitting every goddamn cooldown you can into a small window of time where you make the enemy take more damage, and on top of that, you also have the ability to live out
How much is the game? There's a free trial.
magic attacks and also drop down into a low position and
completely
with your
free.
arms flopping behind you in the breeze, which Final Fantasy objectively proves makes you go faster. You got 3 hand symbols, and depending on what order you do, you will make a different kind of anime reference. For example,
But
going
if you want the not the free trial, so that way you're not restricted, I believe it's $20, and then a monthly subscription though. But the first time you buy it, you get the first month like just included.
Jin Chichijin unlocks the secret dark ending of Korean House and causes the enemy to be susceptible to bonus damage. But maybe you're facing a mob of enemies who are immune to A-rank powered life forms, so you'll instead have to go Tenjin Jin
10 on the key sides? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Tenchi for 3 seasons of Sonic Underground, which will kick sand into their eyes with how fast you'll be running circles around the slowpokes. More or less, you'll have to do some studying up on what combos do what, but here's a secret cheat sheet. Only the final mudra in the sequence matters. Fuck, it's the skill floor police! Cheese it! Samurai, the job most likely to have a dick measuring contest with a black mage. I'd be careful though, their dad works at Square Enix. This weeb is the most selfish of—
So, there's a little fun fact for you, Emmy. Yoshi P, he plays Final Fantasy 14. You know, the director, creative director, all that. He, like, in charge of the game. He plays Final Fantasy 14. He mains Black Mage. So that's what that was about. Like, be careful about getting into it with a Black Mage, because their dad does work at Square Enix.
Fuck, it's the skill floor police! Cheese it! Samurai, the job most likely to have a dick measuring contest with a black mage. I'd be careful though, their dad works at Square Enix. This weeb is the most selfish of the melee.
Yoshida just spinning his baby.
For
Yep.
the rest of the party, and instead acts like the average soccer player, focusing on being the star of the show who gets all the attention, especially when it drops to the floor clutching its knee when somebody sneezes on them. Your attacks contribute to a kink bar, which allows you to shame the enemy in a variety of ways, as your katana is also a substitute for a horny bat. So you remember how the monk has a punch card? Well, so do you, except yours is your sword and the punches are stickers. You have 3 basic combos, each one giving you a slight buff and slapping a sticker onto your katana. And depending on how many stickers you have, you will get one of 3 different rewards when you turn in your sticker sheet. With 1 sticker, you'll apply a dot that'll last longer than it takes to clean your room. Don't lie to me, I know a majority of my audience has depression. 2 stickers will charge up an AoE around you, and 3 stickers will make— Each sticker attack also gives you an additional separate sticker. And once you have 3 of those, you get to do an additional.
An additional.
And finally, the Reaper, the transfer student from Garlemald who got the rest to mauled at the fact that they think they're better than the rest of the melees. Which I mean they are, but don't let any Reaper hear you say that. It'll go to their heads. Being the darkest and edgiest of melees means that your job gauge is the Dark Souls HUD. Similar to the Samurai,
The
you build
Dark
up a
Souls
bar that can be
HUD.
big slaps. And those big slaps give you edgy boy points that can be spent on additional big slaps. Except this time, they're coral blue number 5 semi-gloss lipstick. Once you've kissed enough boys to build up your fashion bar, you get to turn into a spooky ghost. You do the slice. You do the spooky slice. The spooky slice. Now your swings have some spice. You do the slice. It's just your soul that's the price. You do the slice. You do the spooky slice. And now you know how to play Melee. You're welcome. From the northern snow front of Ilsabad.
Reaper looks cool too, to be fair. You don't get access to Reaper until level 70. But the plus side of that, for classes that you don't unlock until you get to a certain level, whenever you unlock them, they're at that level. So Red Mage, for example, you don't unlock until you're level 50. Sage and Reaper, you don't unlock until you're level 70. So both of those, if you want to try them out, you'll get Red Mage at level 50. You'll unlock Sage and Reaper at level 70. So you don't have to start them over at like level 1 and work your way up. Let's do magic DPS. Just because I think it's funny. Then we'll actually go back to gaming.
Time-consuming at that, and it's magic, the explodious kind. The best roll to make your party go fully blind. I'll tell you about the magic if you insist I must, but if I stand in AoEs, then healers got to adjust.
Healers, why didn't you adjust?
Welcome to a crap guide to Final Fantasy. The last group of the derps per Cirque's job is the magical range DPS, or just magic for short. Look at the hat, nothing up my sleeves. You are the most important person in the party because when the going gets tough, a big hat is required. And the amount of damage you do is proportionally connected to the size of your brim. Where the melee is sniffing up the boss's farts and the range are shouting yo mama jokes while making love to the arena's boundaries, you are the healthy middle, standing your ground till you go down to Pound Town when you found the sound that makes the bad guys frown. You don't do as much damage on average as the melees, instead to trade it off for the utility of being able to attack at a range from anywhere in the arena, with one major difference from your physical range cousin, the cast bar. That little lightish red loading beam that you see just about every other main story quest when you have to search a suspicious bush or scout out for the next place Thancred will find yet another new color of depression. Most of your skills require you to stand perfectly still in order to have your big numbers to go off, and if you so much as special edition Han Solo your neck to get a better angle at your hot naked tank, your skill stops and everybody sees how you are no longer looking respectfully. Luckily, your actual casting job usually has a lewd calendar's worth of tools to circumvent you having to staple your feet to the floor, which does mean in order to up your mobility without losing out on DPS, you'll need to learn the right sequence of buttons to press like you're playing a 7-dimensional accordion. That said, there's one universal trick to upping your mobility no matter the job, and that's the maneuver known as the
Slide cast.
Though you normally have to wait for the entirety of the cast bar to complete, little known fact, once it reaches about 4/5 of the way through, you need no longer restrain your movements as though your feet were sweating Gorilla Glue, and you can afford a small amount of movement without losing possible uptime. Cool tip, this applies not only to the magic DPS, but any skill for any job that has a cast bar, so you can even be a sliding, slicing samurai. The magic limit break to the range DPS is an AoE that deals less base damage than the melees, but can hit multiple targets. In this case, a massive circle instead, and now you can make fun of the boss for not moving out of the obviously telegraphed danger puddle for a change. Boy, do I love throwing stones out of my glass house. The family of magic is made up of 3 siblings. Okay, that's a lie, it's actually 4, but the smallest one kind of went a weird career path, and they're not often invited to the New Year's parties. The Black Mage is a fantastic job if you're a fan of Cookie Clicker, because you're pressing the same button over and over again ad nauseum to see big number go brrrr. During rotation, you start out headbanging explosions at the bad guy like a
Big name go brrrr.
until you're
Where are the pallets? There are no pallets in this game.
Chug a bunch of cold energy drinks.
We're just watching a YouTube video right now. How you doing, tacos? Missy.
Although you have tools
I'm trying to convince people in my community to get into Final Fantasy XIV with me.
Pitching a tent while you just discovered the sniper tower on Rust. It also wins the award for having the
I convinced you? Yeah. Now I gotta get Kage.
leveling.
Kage even still here? I can convince him later.
Experience.
Yeah, Kage's still here. Still need convincing? Do you want to play?
Ever. Next is a summoner, who has gone through so many reworks that odds are by the time this video is published, it'll have already been changed into a tank job with 4 dots and another job stone. You summon the dragon that nearly destroyed the world 5 years ago, which some may consider in poor taste if they happen to have a loved one's name written in the 7th Umbral Calamity Memorial Museum. And after you're done making them relive their trauma, get to double, triple, and quadruple down on using avatars of terror by summoning life-size copies of 3 monstrosities that killed a lot of innocent people.
Garuda, Titan, Bahamut.
Casks and a gap closer. Thick thigh bird woman drops a mildly uncomfortable breeze, and she, as well as Chicken Nugget, turns you into a physical range DPS, where you no longer have to worry about the cast bar anymore. Suck it, Black Mage. After you're finished offending the local countryside, you bring out a big firebird that'll restore the party's health. Hey, if you're gonna make range DPS obsolete, might as well do the same for healers too, right? Lastly, the Red Mage, the most
My favorite.
job. You steal gimmicks from everybody else like you're a YouTuber wanting to make more than minimum wage. You've got a heal like a White Mage, but a little bit less thick. You've got explosions like a Black Mage, but a little bit less... And you even get a backflip to your death like a Dragoon, but a little bit more sexy. In combat, you flip between using black and white magic attacks in order to build up a mana gauge to spend slashing your sword with a whole lot of sexual tension. Maybe lifting the enemy's chin with the tip of it, saying some threatening innuendo while you're at it. What makes you special, aside from the sick drip and stylish moves, is that after each spell you hardcast with a cast bar, any spell that follows is instant, meaning you only have to sit still about half of the time. Suck it, Black Mage. This also means you're even
I can
more
explain a little bit more after
healer,
this
since you
video,
have
Missy.
infinite swift casts, and the only thing holding you back is the fact that rezzing the whole party will suck you dry like you're an anime boy with no eyes. Red Mage's Limit Break is also special in that it... Think fast, couple nuts! And now you know how to... Yeah, I didn't forget. I was just hoping that you had. Playing
The
Blue Mage is
hentai
a
MC
portion of the
character?
Blue Mage experience.
True.
The rest of it is starting sentences involving the job with the words, what about? Yes, though it may be classified in the magical range DPS category, blue is unique in the fact that 1, to Blue Mage, is to suffer. And 2, it is considered a limited job, so it has to sit in the corner all by itself while the rest of the kids on the playground actually get to hang out. You are unable to play Blue Mage with the other jobs in most level synced and current content, especially high-end stuff like Savage Raids and ERP. Why is this? Because if it weren't, whoever's in charge of designing and balancing the elaborate and complex boss fights at Square Enix would probably be under suicide watch. The Blue Mage's
Yep.
unique power is that it can learn a ton of skills, spells, and abilities from the various enemies and bosses in the game, including but not limited to... There's Ultra Vibration and Rose of Destruction and Sticky Tongue Snore Mustard Bomb, Abyssal Transfixion, Quasar Malediction of Water and Fire and Gone, Peculiar, Light Feather, Rain and Shock Strike, Song of Torment and Basic Instinct, Flying Frenzy and Lume, Acorn Bomb, Sonic Boom, Flying Sardine, J-Kid, Final Sting, Triple Trident and White Wind and Level 5 Petra, 5,000 Needles kinda sucks. There's Inkjet and Fates and Transfusion and Blaze, Shoko Meteor and Self-Destruct. And now you know how to play Magic, you're welcome.
So the thing with Blue Mage, yeah, as he said, it's a limited job because you can literally learn like mobs special abilities and then use that as your own. It's literally like Rimuru. You can eat the enemy and make their powers yours. It's pretty strong, but it's pretty annoying to play. So Missy, let me try and convince you. I've been trying to convince people to get into Final Fantasy XIV with me. It's a MMORPG. There's a free trial, like completely free. There are some heavy restrictions with it, but you can play the entire base game, every like story quest, every side quest, everything, up until the very first expansion of the game, which would be guesstimating anywhere between like 150 200 hours worth of content that you can do completely for free. You have plenty of different races. You could be elf, you can be a cat, you can be a tiger looking dude, you can be the little lolly type character, you can be human. There's so many different options for races. Your classes, you have 3 archetypes. You have your healers, you have your tanks, you have your DPS. Beyond that, for tanks, you have like a paladin, which is like your traditional sword and shield. Healers, you know, take your pick. There's just a lot of different options for that. DPS, you have your physical DPS, you have your ranged DPS, you have your you have your magical DPS as well. You can be a mage, you can pull out a gun, you can just shoot things. There's so many options as with Final Fantasy XIV. But the thing that makes Final Fantasy XIV special is that you can change classes to any of the others at any time you want. It doesn't matter like what archetype you started with. You can switch to like, say if you start out as being a tank, you can switch and be like a magic DPS, and then you can switch that to back to a tank, or you can switch that back to a healer, or anything at any time with no detriment to anything like to you at all. It's really cool. Glad neither of us are in the limelight, by the way. We've been canceled years ago. Oh yeah, absolutely. Some of the things that I've said in the past whenever I was younger, like, that wouldn't fly nowadays. Of course, I mean, like, whenever I was really, really young. Not really young, but, you know. Like my early teens. Looking at this Twitter drama, we get pipe bombs in our mailboxes because of our mail profiles. Yeah. That reminds me. Did you see that somebody, what I put in the Discord? Bro, somebody found my Facebook. Because I had said my first name at some point, and I had said what state I'm from. They looked up my first name from the state I'm in and went through every single Facebook profile until they found mine. So I no longer say what state I'm from or my name, my first name, because like, yikes. That's so creepy. You're gonna look up me now. I mean, if I'm open with you, sure. I don't care. Do I have my name attached to my PayPal? If yes, change that to no. I do not. I don't even have a PayPal associated with my account right now. Because the last time that you mentioned that, Emmy, I checked it and I saw that it was there. So I like completely removed that as an option to give like tips. Which I still need to make a another one. Like, specifically for stream. Friend got harassed that way. That's how they found his Facebook. His family and stuff through PayPal donations. Yeah, it's creepy, dude. Somebody just got that save. The pallet. They DC'd. GG. Well. That's, oof. Oh, GG. Lethal barbecue, nurses, friends till the end. Damn. Fair enough. Hydrate, got you. Thank you very much. Posture check? That one I'll do the best I can with a dog on my lap. Archie, every time I'm on my computer, he'll try to sleep on my lap. I definitely agree with that though, Missy. You gotta be careful. Gotta protect yourself. But I had never considered that, you know, saying my first name and then like, oh yeah, I'm from this state from time to time. Like if people are asking like what time zone, what state, whatever, you know, just keeping like conversation. I never thought that just those two obscure pieces of information would be enough to find like my real actual information. So I learned. Can't do doggo treat? Someday. Gotta save up for it. Oh, Amy, did you see the new sound alerts that I added, by the way? That's from Team 4 Stars Broly.
He keeps kicking me in the dick. Why? Why does he keep kicking me in the dick?
That's from Cooler's Revenge.
Wow. I can't believe every single one of them kicked you in the dick.
That is also from Cooler's Revenge. That's some nostalgic shit. Old Team 4 Star? Yeah. I was looking for something in particular, and I couldn't find the sound alert that I wanted. So I just looked up TFS, and I found all of these. I mean, I also have Zensu of course. I still have Zensu. Do I still have Zensu? I think I do. Yeah, I do.
Krillin, Sensubin. Sensubin? Sensubin. Sensubin!
Zensu. That's a lot of blood points.
Okay, first. What? Second? The f***?
That's also from Team 4 Star. Now that you're thinking about how to protect yourself, you don't lie or make things up, but you don't tell the whole truth. You're from the East Coast, I'm from South Carolina or North Carolina, that sort of thing, to protect yourself and still make connections. Yeah. I'm just learning that, Alexander's my first name now. Hey, even though it's really not. And, people that have been here for a while will know my first name, and that's fine. But I'm not really saying it in the future or for new people. It's Ernest, yeah. It's Ernest Alexander, actually. Let's go. What's up, Astro Galaxy? How you doing, man? You're Galaxy. Sorry. I think the fact that I don't have a camera doesn't help, makes people curious. I mean, I've face revealed before. It's whatever. If you look in the Discord, there's literally a face reveal there from my birthday. Oh shit. Go away, doctor. Go away, doctor. Yeah. That worked. What the fuck? I have no idea. He heard me screaming as I went in. That man probably thinks I just straight disappeared. Forgot to check the only locker on that part of the map? Yeah. Like, he had to have known that I have to be in a locker. Because I didn't scream with the what do you call it? The static blast. Who's this that joined the Discord, by the way? I don't recognize this name. $12.56. Blood points. There's ultimate weapon. I'll let them take care of that. We haven't done the Discord command today, have we, Emmy? I don't think we have. Fuck! If I had started that quicker... We haven't? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm trying to figure out how this person got into the Discord. Obviously, it's like a public invite, but I don't know if it's like a spam bot or not. Usually if it's a spam bot, though, they'll be like saying that, oh yeah, I'm a graphic designer. All that type of crap. Yeah, I mean, I know that. Just kind of interesting. What are we watching? When he has the tofu shirt, do you see me? No. Oh, crap. The slow turn. Oh, you don't make that one. Shit. Starstruck. I didn't know he had Starstruck. He'll get me here. Never mind. Nah. If I knew that he had Starstruck, I wouldn't have tried doing that. As long as somebody's doing a generator, though, we'll be fine. Thank you, game. Oh no, White's dead. Yep. I don't think I have enough juice to do a flashlight save, though. Wow, Elodie is like pre-dropping of the century. Wow. She almost ran that out. You can finish that, dub. Hang on. Dumb stuff worked earlier. See if it'll work again. The answer is yes. Run away! What are you doing? That's a wall. Run it back around. Believe. Swing. Damn. Good chase. That's alright. Oh, they're over here. Okay, that's maybe not so alright then. Oh wow, we are terribly 3-gent. How do we manage that? Commit the gen, commit the gen, commit the gen, commit the gen. Come on, Elodie. Yeah! She died for it. Now, is he gonna slug? Yeah, he's gonna slug here. That's fair. That's all he can really do. NT. That's a lot of blood points, too. Kind of sad. I'll keep struggling, though. Just that way you get some of the struggle points. I mean, she could Kobe. Darn. GG. Panda Crack 824. Starstruck, No Way Out, Ultimate Weapon Overcharge. GG. Still need one more blind or stun. This song sounds like something that would be in The Incredibles. We got a Bear XO, TTV, Eyeless, and Dark Shadow. Good luck, have fun from Nancy. Hey, good luck, Bear. Appreciate you stopping by. I can't shake that this song sounds like something from The Incredibles. Let's see, are you live? You are live, I got you.
Koku.
There you go. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate you. Gotta support the other streamers, you know? At least I try to. I would have a lot of work to do if I want to make it to 1,000 by the end of next year. I think we can do it though. It's a pinhead. I hear corrupt intervention. Who are you calling pinhead? I guess it could be worse. It could be like a knight.
You summoned me.
You summoned me. That's an actual pinhead. We gotta try and hover around. I'm sorry? What? Well, my bad, bear. I am upset with myself. How did I miss? He knew I was there, too. Alright, swings it around. So, probably not spinnable. We'll just leave that. Yeet. 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 Damn. That was a good spin if that had spun him. I'm still mad at myself. I thought I had that. I wonder who brought what. I shouldn't have tried to pallet save there. I should have just flashlighted him. That was the play. I had to find my totem and yours. Hey, gamer. Oh, he found the fucking box. Maybe I can get this off in time? No. Close. Whoa. There you go.
You summoned me. I came.
Okay. That doesn't hit. Good try, though. There you go. Oh, no. She ran. I think if she didn't run there, she would have been able to get that.
What a waste of good suffering.
Good try, Haiti. Hattie, Haiti, whatever. Tomato, tomato. There, we let everybody reset. And we got his attention off of, Hattie, so...
The box. You
opened it. I still think those are really cool outfits that they came out during the Halloween event. Even though it's the characters, there's like base cosmetics with like some changes. It looks really nice. Thanks. I thank you all very much. I have no idea where mine is. I had a feeling he's gonna have Pentimento. Plaything, Pentimento, Pain Res. Then we don't know what else. I don't know what totem got cleansed either, so I can't go get the Pentimento. That's gonna be a pain res. Yeah. Gotta keep an eye out. I wonder what my plaything is, honestly. Oh, there's the box. There you go. Nicely done. Coming. I don't know where you at. Honestly, that works out. I don't know who cleansed the totem. Whoever cleansed the totem needs to go get the pentimento. That is a lot of progress that's about to be gone. Of, bears. Where are they? Oh, they're way over there. Okay. We'll just run main. Not much I can really do about it. He'll get me here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so that's freaking mediumed. GG. Look at him looking down. Well played. Let's see. Vault the pallet or window while in a chase 4 times. Alright, we'll do this challenge, and then I think that'll be it for me for today. Got Styrox, Tutor, and Mytoda. I think whether we get this done this match or not, this will be the last match. So it looks like you are... Just gonna get rid of that. There we go. It looked like the person that joined the Discord earlier was a, one of them. Let me hire you. Or not let me hire you. Let me sell you my services. Commission me. So, get them out of there. Pillar Sweet. Oh. Killer brought a Mori. Is it a Mori for me? Ooh. Shiny. Here comes Haunted. Doctor. Get away, get away. Nice. Barely got away in time. We'll hop on this. Huntress Lullaby. Do some check-ins. See if we got one back here. Nope. We already gotten one, so I'm gonna assume it was Undying. The Undying Lullaby. I hear it. He's coming to check on it. I don't get it. Damn it. Whoa! What was that? Okay. Big boom. Not bad. He finally broke it. I'll just keep running. Even if he'll get me, I just want to lead him away from the totem, so that way he can get it. Boop. Boop. Thank you for the boop. Ah, if I had fast vaulted that, I would have had it. Hey. How you doing, Carter? That was a good chase, though. That was a very, very good chase. Hello. Is he coming back? No. Now that you make that. Appreciate you, though. Man, this dude wants me. He thinks I left. Nice. That's a very strong chase, in my opinion. We gotta break this 3-gen, though. I believe we would also have, like, main building. Yeah. Unnerving presence or overwhelming, whatever it is. Lullaby. Undying. You got me there. I can't throw it! I did it. Eat the pallet? I tried. I tried, Hokage. I tried. I didn't think that that stun would get me. Over the chat? It's alright. As soon as I get off this, I'll go through it. Hey, thank you, gamer. It has been thrown. Almost saved my life? Yeah, almost. Oh, get me here. Yeah. There's nothing I can really do there. Because I was stun locked. This doctor is so mad that I ran him so long at the beginning. GG. Ready for King Melee? I am. I have 2,100 diamonds ready. Got 2,600? Nice. If I pull him early, I'm done. I don't really like to run demons in PvP. It's boring. Trying to dual summon again? Maybe. I'm down. Do it the same way we did it last time. Just stream it in the Discord. We can do that. Alright, that will be it for me, though. I am going to go make some lunch. So, we will raid out. We'll raid out to, Bear XO that we played with a couple matches ago, because they seem pretty chill. And, yeah. I don't know when the next time I'll be live again, because obviously tomorrow's Friday. And then things are getting kind of busy again with the new year, but expect a stream on New Year's Day, at least, because we will be doing summons, potentially collab summons with Hokage, maybe Jack, some other people, who knows. But we'll be doing the Labyrinth right after that, so look forward to that at the next guaranteed stream. I will have this uploaded to YouTube tomorrow, so look forward to that if that's something that you're into. And I think that's it. So see y'all next time I see y'all. Stay safe. We will start the raid. And goodbye.